So you're dealing with knee pain, but there's a bunch of information out there. There's hundreds of exercises. How are you supposed to know what exactly to do? In this video, I'm going to break down 3 simple and easy exercises that every runner should be doing. I'm going to break down the specific form, the reason of why you should be doing these as a runner, and how to implement them into your current routine. Quick context, I'm Dr. Daniel, and over the past 4 years, I've been helping over 500 marathoners get back to running without canceling their races. Just like Benji. He was a natural athlete and he wanted to run his first marathon, but he kept on having setback after setback. In 12 weeks, we were able to eliminate his knee pain and have him run his first marathon without any pain. Let's jump in. The 3 exercises that we're going to be going over are the single leg bridge, staggered squats, and the lateral step down. So the progression for strength as a runner, we should be going towards single leg stability. And we're going to be starting on our back for the first exercise. This is a good way to isolate one leg over the other. For each exercise, I'm going to recommend you do on the good side and the involved side. That way you can see what kind of difference there is between each side. Once we see that difference, I'm actually going to recommend that you do one extra set on the involved side than the other. So talking about the single leg bridges. So this is a really good way to isolate one leg and activate that posterior chain, specifically the glutes and the hamstrings. A lot of the times when we activate these muscles, it's really not going to aggravate our knee pain. So it's a good way to build strength on that one leg without irritating the knee. Transitioning to the staggered squats, we will start in weight bearing, and this is a good way to bias that one leg. When we're doing this, we want to have at least 70, if not 80% pressure on that back leg, and then 30 to 20% of pressure on that front leg. This is a good way to teach us to hinge from our hips and to accept weight in that knee bent position. This is a good one that we can bias our leg a little bit more, a little bit less, but as we get better and stronger, we can put less and less weight on that front leg. Going on to that lateral step down, this is one of my favorites because it really biases just one leg. We can't cheat with using our one leg. We can't cheat holding on to something. We really need to have that strength and stability to control that descent. A lot of the times, step downs can be painful. So when we bias more of going down laterally, it helps us activate the hip and the quad together, so it's just not straight pressure on your knee. Eventually, we will want to progress that forward step down, but for now, a lateral step down is a good way to bias that one leg without causing too much knee pain. So let's get into how to do each exercise. The first exercise is going to be the single leg bridge. So you've probably already done double leg bridges, but it's time to progress to single leg. So like I said, this is a really good way to isolate one leg at a time. So you're going to get into that bridge position, and I recommend straightening out that uninvolved side. All you're going to do is you're going to press through your foot, lift up your hips, nice and controlled, come down. So there's many keys to this. So ideally, we want to be feeling the hamstring as well as the glutes. Sometimes you'll feel a bit of a quad stretch, but we really want to isolate the hamstring and the glutes. So if you're struggling to feel it more in your bottom, your hamstring, maybe you're just feeling your back, all I want you to do is press through your heel and squeeze your bottom as you lift up. This should really get that glute firing as well as that hamstring. When you start, I recommend doing it for reps, but as we feel good with this exercise, I actually want to do it for holds. This is a good way to get like those isometric contractions and hold that muscle and get the endurance that you need for running. So once you feel good with this, press through the heel, squeeze the bottom, and you're going to be holding for at least 30 seconds at a time. Try that out for 3 sets. The second exercise is one of my favorites, the staggered squat. Now, you're probably doing squats already, but unintentionally, you're most likely biasing your good side. So this is a really good way to really favor that injured side, so we know, okay, how much are we actually using and how much does it hurt to get into a squat now? So what we're going to do is we're going to be having the involved leg back, good leg forward, and we're going to be just going into our squat. So ideally to start, you have about 70% pressure on this leg, 30% pressure on the front leg. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna go into a squat back, maybe hit 90, 80 degrees, and come back. So these ones are good to do nice and controlled. And as these feel good, you can bias the right leg completely, or that involved leg for you. You can bring the heel up, but really it's teaching you to hinge from your hips. You're gonna feel quad, you're gonna feel glute, and you wanna just make sure that you're going nice and slowly, you're controlling it, and you're really allowing that knee to take that force, that brunt of the pressure, okay? As we do this exercise, we also wanna make sure that our foot is in good alignment. If our feet naturally go out, that's okay, but we don't want our foot to collapse inward as we're coming down. So again, one leg back, hinging, allowing that ankle to be nice and straight. Your foot isn't collapsing inwards, okay? Try that out for 3 sets of 10. Last exercise is gonna be the lateral step down. And this can be done on any kind of step. It can be done on a stair. It really doesn't need to be too high, but for this exercise, we wanna make sure that we're stepping down laterally instead of forward. A lot of the times when we're doing forward stepping or a step down, it's gonna be too painful for the knee. So let's start off with a lateral step down and then we can progress to going forward. So with this, we're gonna be standing again on the involved side, really biasing it. And all we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be dropping our hip nice and slowly till we touch the ground and come back. What I don't want you to do is really cheat and drop your hip to reach down. So even have your hand on your hip to make sure that you're nice and level as you're lowering, so you're getting all the movement from your hip and your knee. You're not side bending, okay? So again, nice and controlled on the lower. You feel this on the quad, the glutes. I recommend do these for 2 sets of 15. Really hammer home that involved side. Control it. And then as this gets easier, we can increase the height as well as we can start with more of the forward. So start with 2 sets of 15. A great way to implement these exercises into your current routine is just by simply having them as a warm-up. These exercises shouldn't really take you more than maybe 5 to 8 minutes to do, and they're a great way to actually warm up those muscles that we're going to be using, whether we're going to be doing a running session or a strength session. A true warm-up is something where we're activating the muscles that we're going to be using in that session. So take that 5 to 10 minutes before your run or your strength session to do these right before. If you found value in these exercises, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see a breakdown of the strategy that's already helped 500 marathoners eliminate knee pain, click the link below for my free training. In that training, I break down my 3-step process and how I actually help marathon runners eliminate knee pain without canceling their races. Look forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you in the next video.